Oh, I forgot. I gotta make a video.
What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Wrap Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm definitely not used to being back on a work week. I had a whole week off of everything except for one big project I had to make, and now that everything is back to normal, I am not used to, remembering things, and so I'm definitely making this video way late in the morning, but at least I remembered, right? Well, for this video, we're going to go over a topic that I probably should have made after the season ended, right after the season ended, but in this video, we're going to go over the biggest needs for the Atlanta Falcons heading into the 2021 offseason. Let's go over that starting right now. This is no doubt about it the biggest offseason I have ever had to go through as an Atlanta Falcons fan, and it has barely even started. And there's a lot of positional needs the Falcons need entering the 2021 season, and it's actually pretty similar to last offseason, just a couple differences is all. Now, the two biggest needs on this team is, just like seemingly every year, pass rush and secondary. So let's quickly go through what seems to be a problem every single year, but mainly at pass rush. Just what are we doing here? What are we doing at pass rush? We got Grady Jarrett, okay, cool. And then you got John Kaminsky, cool, he's not gonna do crap. And then you got Marlon Davidson. I'll still give him a chance and stuff, but he's looking like a bust. Dante Fowler, I don't care if he gets cut. He was overrated. And then, to be honest with you, there's not really a whole lot of great pass rushers in the draft. And are we even going to get anyone in free agency? We sound like we're screwed pretty much on pass rush. But maybe we shouldn't give up on it yet because, Terry Fontenot is at work. He will definitely grab the best players available, whether it be in draft or free agency. I definitely can see someone huge coming to free agents or to the Falcons for pass rush. I don't know who it is. JJ Watt was never going to be a Falcon, but it's not gonna be JJ Watt. So now we need to look at some other pass rushers available. I might make a video on this. What are some pass rushers in free agency that we should look at? Because we definitely need to get better at that position. And then the other position we need to improve is the secondary. Now, this one's not as bad as it was entering last year, but it's still a problem. AJ Terrell is good. He's still got some developing to do, but for the most part, I think he will be a great corner. I can see him being, in the top 5 conversation as the best corner in the league in the next 5 years or so. That sounds about right. Maybe 3. If he improves that quickly. And then Keanu Neal was really good. Good for him. But after that is a problem. Isaiah Oliver, sadly, is still on the team. What's even worse is that the calendar in my room is a picture of Isaiah Oliver. Thanks. For a Falcons calendar, I definitely wanted to see Isaiah Oliver. But anyway, he's still on the roster for some reason. I don't think he's going to stay. I think he's going to get cut eventually, but if he doesn't, what are we doing at that spot? We need to get someone. I heard they're interested in bringing in Desmond Trufant, which would be interesting, though I don't think Desmond Trufant would, give us this big boost on secondary or whatever. I think that would be an improvement. Gosh, anything's better than Isaiah Oliver. And then Ricardo Allen is cut. So now we don't even know what we're going to do at the safety position. I doubt that DeMonte KZ is going to do anything, let alone if he's even going to stay on the team. Jalen Hawkins, interesting player, but I don't really think he'll do anything for the team. So safety and, filling in for the second corner is a big question mark, and I don't exactly know if it's going to just, be fixed right away. I think this will definitely take time. But also keep in mind that the Falcons are actually usually pretty good at picking up secondary players, though. Whether it be in the draft, we drafted Desmond Trufant and we drafted AJ Terrell. Those two corners, for the most part, had a pretty good career in Atlanta, and I think AJ Terrell will be better in the years to go. And then, just I think the Falcons are just good at developing secondary players. Oh yeah, I forgot they also drafted Keanu Neal as a secondary player, and he ended up being pretty good in Atlanta. So, I don't know. I think maybe we could pick up someone that could impact, the secondary day one, but in my opinion, I think we're realistically probably going to take some time. I think the secondary will be better than it was last year, but not necessarily good. So pass rush and secondary, you definitely have to fix. Then the third positional need is running back, and this has been a problem actually for a while, and nobody's really talking about it. Ever since, I'd say, 2018, our running game has actually been not very good. I mean, Tevin Coleman was still on that roster, but, I mean, everyone knew he wasn't going to stay, so it was kind of still a problem. It just hasn't really been good. I mean, Ito Smith, we just know is not going to be any good. Quadri Olsen, I'm afraid he's just simply never going to get the chance he deserves. And we keep trying to replace it with some older guys like Todd Gurley for whatever reason. And they're probably going to bring in another, irrelevant player. Like if they bring in LaShawn McCoy, that might sound cool because his name is like LaShawn McCoy. Oh my gosh. The historically great running back, but he's not going to do crap. Or I don't know what other running back is available. But yeah, this is actually a big need. And I could definitely see this being addressed soon by Arthur Smith, considering he worked with Derrick Henry. And, I mean, obviously, I don't think he's seriously going to sit here and look at this roster and say, I think the running back is okay. Yeah, I think he's going to want to get a bigger running back. So you definitely want to improve that. Though it's not like, that impactful of a position, you still want to improve it. Now, the next positional need is definitely one that might make people agree, might make people not agree, but it would be quarterback. And, I mean, first off, I don't think anyone's seriously going to sit here and say, if we just have one quarterback, we're fine. So, yeah, obviously you need to find some backup quarterbacks. But another thing is, I don't know if it's clear, but to me, I think it's pretty clear that Matt Ryan probably isn't going to be here next year. I think 2021 will probably be his last year. Now, I know, he signed a contract extension that'll keep him here for 2023, I want to say, 2024, somewhere around there. But I don't know, man. There's some players that, signed these contracts, and then you're kind of like, I don't know if he's seriously going to stay here for much longer. Heck, Desmond Trufant signed a 2-year deal with the Lions, and he's already cut after 1 year. So, players don't necessarily always stay just because they signed a contract. So I don't know if they're seriously going to keep Ryan for much longer. Now, talking about why that is first off for a different time, and then second, I feel like I've explained that so many freaking times. But yeah, I think you definitely need a little bit of help at quarterback. That's not to say that Matt Ryan's bad, but I think that's more to say that I think you just simply need to prepare for the future, because I'm just letting you know, I don't think this Falcons roster is ready to compete. I think it's just simply a roster with names. It's not necessarily a roster with execution. And I think while Matt Ryan is at least one of those players that executes, I think they're also kind of realizing, I don't know if we're going to have enough time to build a super good roster around Matt Ryan. I think it's best if we just kind of get another guy in and see if we can build a roster around him. I think that makes a little more sense, so that is why quarterback is on this list. And then the last one is offensive line. It's fine, it's not the best, but it definitely could use an upgrade. Alex Mack is, I don't know, I can't remember if he did announce he's retiring or if he's going to retire. I can't remember, but Alex Mack probably isn't going to stay. Jake Matthews, I actually don't really know if he's going to stay either. We'll see. And then your left guard position is just, what are we going to do here? And then Chris Lindstrom, Caleb McGarry are going to stay. We'll just see where their development goes. But, yeah, the offensive line could use a little bit of work. And that is all I have to say. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Other than that, I will see you guys with a video this Tuesday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate you all for the support. As always, rise up. Bye.